1.5%, which seems small, but this was only 1 year. And the projections are actually that the cereal prices could rise up to 30% by the year 2050. Each 1% of temperature increase can reduce the wheat yields by about 6%. This equals to about 40 million tons of wheat today. So that's a substantial quantity. Actually, cooler regions may initially benefit. However, hotter regions are already losing today. And there's an estimate that already today, the yields are about 1.8% lower due to the past climate trends. Some of the stakeholders, they say that, well, the CO2 increase in the atmosphere will result in a fertilization effect, so increasing the yield of the wheat. Yes, an elevated CO2 level can increase the wheat yields by about 10 to 20%. However, the benefits are offset by heat, by drought, and there are also reductions of the nutrients. For instance, an elevated CO2 level reduces the protein in wheat by up to more than 12%. And this affects, of course, also the processing properties. Furthermore, it seems that there are reduced nutrient levels in the wheat, and they count to about 3 or 7%, which is also quite substantial. So this is a risk that the supply of the populations with nutrients will be worse in the future. This graph summarizes the effects of the climate change on the quality of wheat. And as you can see here, most of the arrows are red and pointing down. Only a few are pointing up, and they are green. For instance, for the protein quantity in the kernels will probably increase. However, due to a changing composition of the proteins in the gluten, the quality of the gluten will go down. So this will have an impact on the processing properties of the flour. And there's another aspect that people hardly look at. It's the effect on matters, on pests and, for instance, diseases or insects. The rising temperatures, they will change the multiplication of the insects, for instance, and also the shifting rainfall patterns will have an effect. More extreme weather events will weaken the wheat or the crop in general, so they cannot defend themselves against insects or other pests. And also the prolonged growing season will have an effect on the growth, on the reproduction of the organisms. So we'll certainly see a larger negative effect of the pests on the quality and the quantity and the quality of the crop. However, the science is not standing at the side and watching what's going to happen. Measures have already been taken to tackle the problems that are already there and are coming. For instance, in the breeding, there are efforts to improve the wheat, to improve the resilience of the wheat by conventional breeding. And of course, also with modern biotechnology, there are possibilities to improve the properties of the wheat so that maybe in the future, the wheat will be more resistant towards the drought and also maybe heat spikes and maybe also to new diseases. And as you can see here, there are global activities in this. So in India, of course, and in Mexico, the CIMMYT is very well known. In the United States, China, and so on, everywhere there are activities. So there is some hope that the wheat production will be adapted to the changing climate. Well, this is to summarize my short presentation. Well, the wheat is one of the major sources for calories and proteins, and a negative impact of the climate on the wheat is a major impact on the supply of nutrients and of calories for the people. So we have to be very aware of this. The CO2 level may boost the yield. However, there are a lot of trade-offs, and this will probably compensate for the positive effects. There are also cooler regions that may benefit from it, and we see it already today that the trading quantities, the trade streams are changing. There are new players in the market. We have seen it 2 years ago that suddenly Russia was the largest grain exporter, and in the future the northern areas will certainly also benefit from the climate change for a while. But at the same time, the south, so the warmer zones will suffer very much. As I mentioned, also the pests are rising, but with some luck, the global R&D will yield breeding progresses that will help us to compensate for the negative impacts, at least to a certain degree. And it is certain that the scientific innovation and also the global cooperation is necessary to build a resilient wheat which is able to feed the world in the face of climate changes. And with this, I thank you for your short patience. Looking forward to the discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Lupis. So there was a fantastic presentation. So like the complexity of the genome, as we know, it is a 17 GB genome. Then actually the complexity, what is happens, like the hypoxia, there is a carbon dioxide increase when it happens. So there is a different expression of the grinds. So grinds can multiply, but actually it will never give you the quality. That's what actually in the first session we were extensively, it was debated that the breeding experiments will take a longer time, but to see the traits, it's very incremental. It cannot be like one shot at all. So that like once you are changing something, so it is going to have an impact on the whole genome, like how the grind is going to just give its expressions. That is a phenotypic expressions. It will be totally different, and the milling quality will have an impact on that. So that is the
everybody. I'm Puneet Dhingra from India Factory. We are manufacturers of Vijay brand chill rolls. And since 1970, that's a 55-year-old company. My company is 55 years old. And I'm the third generation into this roll manufacturing company, which was set up by my grandfather and looked after my father, Mr. Dhingra, which everybody is aware of. And I'm proud to say that even the fourth generation, that is my son, has also come into the same family business. So we are running this business from 1970. Now we are manufacturing rolls for flour milling, feed milling, oil milling. Yeah, sure. And continuously we are developing with our infrastructure, because the flour milling industry is facing different challenges, and in getting new machinery, new equipment, like latest roller mills are being developed. So accordingly, we at our plant are also developing our infrastructure, not only our foundry with latest testing equipments during the casting, but also during machining also we have imported many machines from Germany, Japan, and various other European countries, just to keep in quality of the rolls. Like we have now heavily invested in the workshop also by importing PLC grooving machines from Pingle, sandblasting machines, and even from Yanar we have imported a sandblasting machine, just to give you quality products. Because by this unparalleled infrastructure, we can give you quality rolls, which can perform better and give you more longer life for the better milling. Now the question is, what makes us different from other roll manufacturers? जैसे कि आप सब जानते हैं कि हम लोग रोल काफ़ी डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रीज़ के लिए बनाते हैं, फॉर फ्लोर, फीड एंड इवन द रोलिंग मिल इंडस्ट्री. So we face different challenges in the industry of different quality and different requirements from the customers. Therefore, we keep on doing innovations and R&D in our company, which let us develop better qualities. And I'm proud to let you know that we have many satisfied Buehler customers in the flour milling industry. Apart from that, even in the feed mill industry, we've replaced many Buehler customers. Now let us talk about the, I would just like to show you see, this is our industry. Can you play the PPT? This is a small glimpse of our company. This is the foundry section. This is a testing section, lab. Centrifugal casting being done. CNC machines. PLC grooving machine. Roll balancing. This is our company. So this was a bit about our company. Now I would like to talk about a bit on technical session also. See, this is a slide. This is a Buehler slide, which is available on the net also. I would like to request you millers, like it was talked to you, what about what grooving should be made, what is the angle spirals should be made. But the most important thing, vital part is, no doubt you plan the proper number of grooves, number of angles and spirals. But with that, you should also have proper grooving, which is must. Because if angles and spirals are there, but the grooving is not proper, you will not get the proper output, the product. And apart from that, the cost of your production will also increase. As it is shown in this slide, that if the grooving is not proper, the production of 3.83 tons will fall up to 3.78 or even lower, because only if the grooving quality is not good. For that only we installed Pingle PLC machines, just to give you an accurate grooving, which is a vital part. Secondly, not only your production will drop, your per ton electricity cost will also go up, as shown that from 15.75 kilowatts, it may increase up to 17.6 kilowatts. So that is all, again, approximately 2 kilowatt per ton cost of product, increase in cost of production, which is sometimes not checked and gives a loss to our milling industry. So I request all the fellow millers to get your rolls grooved from a good workshop where they are trained persons to do good grooving. You may send it to Bueller there or any other, even at our plant or any other place where there's a good grooving machine and a good operator. Then secondly, see, this is there, I've shown in this PPT that the roll diameter, our fellow millers take the rolls up to 240 mm diameter, which is very wrong, because you not only face lower production in that, but instead you also get higher costs. See, in class 10th, I hope everybody studied the circumference of the roller, circle. So that pi r square formula, if you put, if we take the rolls up to 245 mm diameter, यानी कि 245 mm तक ले जाते हैं, we get a loss of 2% of production. Not only of production, then you get loss on all your fixed expenses, even increase in the electricity consumption, labor consumption, because when your production drops, all the fixed expenses are based on that particular production, which we assume to be 100 tons. If it's 100 ton, so 2% drop in production, all the fixed expenses will be based on that. And if you go up to 240, so there's another drop of approximately, I think, 4%. Totally, you get a loss of 4% of production loss. So therefore, I suggest you fellow millers, my fellow millers, that we should replace the rolls up to 245. Because the lower you go, no doubt, the rolls can work. The rolls can work up to 230 mm, what we give. But you face lower production, higher costs, and the grooving quality also decreases when the roll diameters decrease. So I request you all to kindly change your rollers up to 245 or 44. Don't go below that, because it only increases your cost of production. Because nowadays, we all are running on cost productions and higher profits. So to get more profits, we suggest you to replace the rolls up to 245 or 44. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Puneet Dhingra, for bringing out the saliency in the rolls design. So thanks for that. So I will invite now Mr. Gaurav Agarwal to share his insights on IoT and AI.
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। यहाँ पर बैठे सभी मिलर्स को मेरा नमस्कार। टुडे वी गैदर्ड हियर टू स्पीक अबाउट स्मार्ट मिलिंग रेवोल्यूशन विद आईओटी एंड एआई। तो क्या है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड आईओटी, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स? इस तेज़ी से बदलती हुई दुनिया में जब आपके फ्रिज को आपसे पहले पता लग जाए कि पानी और बर्फ़ ख़त्म हो गए हैं, सो दिस इज़ द पावर ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। और जब आप अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन से अपने कार के एसी को पहले ऑन कर देते हैं, तो दिस इज़ द पावर ऑफ इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स। फ्रॉम स्मार्ट होम्स एंड वेरेबल हेल्थ ट्रैकर्स टू ऑटोनमस व्हीकल्स, IoT and AI are becoming a part of us nowadays. और ये बदलाव हमारी आम जिंदगी तक ही सीमित नहीं है। They are now redefining our wheat milling practices by making a smart change in our process and machineries both. Through real-time sensors, automated control systems, and preventive analytics, smart milling systems are optimizing operations like never before. Flatech, from decades being a part of these revolutions, thrives in upgrading their products with their latest innovation. कुछ इस तरीके से नज़र आने वाली हमारी रोलर मिल्स अब इस तरीके से बदल गई है, with our most advanced automation features enabling preventive maintenance and higher efficiency, जिसमें ऑपरेटर से पहले मशीन को पता लगेगा कोई भी मैकेनिकल या इलेक्ट्रिकल फॉल्ट के बारे में. More than 100 of our smart roller mills successfully installed within the last financial year, setting up new benchmarks of higher efficiency at lower maintenance cost in India and 15 other countries. Next, conventional type wooden plant shifters are now being replaced with our highly efficient, operational friendly metallic plant shifters, जो rotation out होने पर alarm देता है and also halts the supply from roller mills. Our water dosers is now much more advanced, calculative and automated for improved extraction and offering consistent moisture gains in this cost competitive market. With the power of IoT, हम प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं, हमारा वादा है आपसे आने वाले 3 महीनों में ये रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग इंफॉर्मेशन आपके मोबाइल फोन तक लेकर जाएंगे. So that will be a really nice feature to keep a real time monitoring information on your mobile, on your tablet, anywhere, wherever you are across the globe. The milling industry, once heavily reliant on manual labor and traditional process, is undergoing a smart revolution change with process automation, which is impacting our profits by reducing power consumption and labor utilization. Reduced human power errors, making our milling precise, accurate, and improves our product quality. अब जाहिर सी बात है, अगर प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी सुपीरियर होगी तो प्रोडक्ट की टेस्टिंग फैसिलिटीज भी सुपीरियर होनी चाहिए. Here comes in picture our sister company AQC Camlab Private Limited, who has recently partnered with Ekin, a pioneering Turkish company, to bring the state-of-the-art lab equipment for quality control and accurate testing facilities in milling. Fully automatic falling number apparatus, automatic gluten analyzer for wet and dry gluten, laboratory mill to know the results of wheat before you put into the process. These provides precise testing in shorter amount of time. ज़्यादा समय ना लेते हुए, to sum it up, IoT and AI are no longer an optional add-ons in our wheat milling process. They are smart backbone of our modern milling techniques. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार.
So thank you for that, Gaurav Agarwal. So bringing the AIs and IoTs into the operations part of it for the real-time monitoring and taking the insights. We can take some actionable insights. But having said so we have to have a backups before we get into the real IoT. So that is the thought process, like what I will give it to you. Before we tested on that. So just to sum it up, so before summing it up, so I would invite few questions from the audience if it is there for the panel members here. 3 questions, please.
So, as you know that nowadays the millers, they have all these people, so they know when that group's gone off. So they touch the groups and they just by they apply their brain or mind. They don't know any mechanism to check the group size or group etc. So do we have any mechanism? It give the auto alert now groups gone off, so you have to change it or you have to do some reworking kind of things.
So we have this machine which is called the optical fluting test device, which has been manufactured by Balaguer Rolls. They are also partnered with Bueller for the same technology. It gives you the real-time results with the infrared technology. You can just put the machine on the rolls. It will give you all the perfect parameters which are available and which are happening on the roll. So you'll get to know your wear out percentage and what is the real angle which is going on of the flutes, what is the spiral level, how much percentage it's been weared off. So you know when to grind the rolls. And we have also supplied this machine to few of our clients. Mr. Puri is there, he was the first one to buy this machine from us. And now like it's on the 5.0 we have launched this and we have this machine available with us. So we are giving this services also to check all the rolls and give you a real time like what's going on with your rolls.
So we have to check physically.
So basically when the rolls are there, you just put that
okay,
and it will just take a picture and it will do the analysis and give you a proper report. So and it will be on your phone directly. You don't even need anything.
So there is no technology is coming that that roller give the auto alert kind of things, that some ampere kind of things.
Not at the moment.
Not that kind of. Okay. And second, that Vijay roller, that you show me one slide of that chilled technology kind of things that give some, what is that? It gives the some cooling, milling kind of things, or what is that?
So basically, chilled roll is in the, sir, yeah, we basically think that it's chilled is the cooling one. So basically white cast iron, the roll, which is a hard cast iron, is known as chilled cast iron.
Okay.
That's why we call it chill roll.
Okay.
It's nothing with the chilling of the
Okay,
thing.
no, nothing is,
So no, it's, I'm
there is no
happy you,
impact of the final product temperature.
so we are here to help you out.
So I want to correlate it with the product damage stars, so that it impact on the lower damage stars product or kind of thing. So it's same with the normal roller or your roller.
So could you please repeat the question?
So I'm correlating your this technology with the product final quality parameters, like the damage stars play very critical role in the baking. If your final product damage stars is higher, so it behave differently. If your damage stars up to a certain limit, it behave differently. It perform better. So if the final product temperature is high, then damage stars obviously is very high, then it will behave poorly during baking. If the damage stars is lower side, then it behave perfectly in the oven. That's kind of things.
So that's what I said, that the grooving quality from where you get your rolls re-grooved or refurbished should be better. Because if the grooving is better, then your temperature will not go up. It will never go up in any roller mill. But if the grooving is not better, or if it needs to be re-grooved, the temperature of the rolls will increase, because the miller will just increase the pressure, which will increase in the temperature of the roller. So then only your starch will be damaged. So that's why we need to keep a regular check on that. Till now, till date, as I am aware, there's no roller mill technology which tells you itself that the rolls need to be re-grooved. It's your miller or your rollman who has to keep a regular check on the rolls, that the re-grooving is required or not.
They just have the filling technology only. They just
Yeah, so by the eye, at present there's no such technology developed by any roller mill manufacturer in the world where I am aware. I've never heard about that till date.
So you people have to work in that direction, that we will get the auto alert. Work hard.
So yeah, the roller mill manufacturer has to work regarding that, sir.
It's a very similar device that Yenna Turkey has, what Dhruv said.
I'm aware about
no way that you can have an online alarm and something to tell you it's happening. You have to go to the machine, and you have that infrared, what we call as a roll care kit. They have from Balagar, we have from Germany, and it's a similar application where you get to see the condition of the groove, and again it has to be human interference on the machine to check it. That's it. You just have to place it on top of the roll. And what Puneet is saying, yes, that was also a procedure to do with the naked eye. But now we have the tool and the machine to do that.
Correct. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Last question. Please introduce yourself, then you ask.
I'll come back to you, sir. Myself Ankush Arora from Delhi. मेरा सवाल गुरप्रीत जी से है. इन्होंने स्वीप ओवर के बारे में बताया कि ये कुछ डिफरेंट करते हैं. उसमें क्या डिफरेंस है जो अच्छा काम करता है और लोकली या कोई और पहले की टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं कर पा रही, उसके बारे में आप बताएं जरा.
बेसिकली सर, स्वीप ऑगर में जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है या प्रॉब्लम है इंडस्ट्री में, स्टैंडर्डाइज स्वीप ऑगर मॉडल्स बने हुए हैं. स्टैंडर्डाइज स्वीप ऑगर मॉडल्स हर एक जगह काम नहीं करते. तो हमारी कंपनी कहाँ पे डिफरेंट क्रिएट करती है, हम लोगों ने कस्टमाइज्ड मॉडल बनाए हुए हैं बेसिस ऑन साइलोस, बेसिस ऑन कस्टमर रिक्वायरमेंट या डिस्चार्ज कन्वेयर की कैपेसिटीज़ को मैच करते हुए. सेकंड, स्वीप ऑगर की जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी इंडस्ट्री में, उसमें दो ऑपरेशंस रहते हैं. एक तो जो है कि ग्रेन को स्क्रू के थ्रू खींच के सेंटर कन्वेयर में डालना, और सेकंड है उसकी खुद की जो रोटेशन है स्वीप ऑगर की अंदर साइलो में 360 डिग्री. इस प्रॉब्लम को ओवरकम करने के लिए इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या आता था कि जो स्क्रू है जितनी देर में मटेरियल को सेंटर कन्वेयर तक अंदर डाल नहीं पाता था, दूसरी वाली मोटर उसको आगे से पुश करती रहती थी. वो पुश करने की वजह से आधे घंटे बाद या 1 घंटे बाद या 2 घंटे बाद स्वीप ऑगर में या तो जाम लग के ट्रिप होने की इश्यूज थे, या वो एक पॉइंट के बाद टूटना शुरू हो जाता था, फिर वो वेल्डिंग वाला प्रोसीजर स्टार्ट हो जाता था। बट हमारी कंपनी के जो ओनर है मिस्टर ओस्मान, ही इज़ इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट फ्रॉम जर्मनी। तो उन्होंने इस प्रॉब्लम को देखते हुए खुद का एक डिज़ाइन बनाया जिसका उन्होंने पेटेंट भी किया है, और उनके पेटेंट का नाम है डोजर टाइप स्वीप ऑगर। डोजर टाइप स्वीप ऑगर में क्या होता है कि डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द लोड वो आगे बढ़ता है। जब लोड है तो स्वीप ऑगर स्टेज एट इट्स पोजीशन जब तक कि पूरा का पूरा माल स्क्रू आगे से क्लियर नहीं कर जाता है। जब लोड आगे से खत्म होता है देन ओनली इट मूव्स फॉरवर्ड इन द सर्कुलर डायरेक्शन। तो वो इट वाज अ सॉल्यूशन विच ही प्रपोज्ड इन मार्केट। तो आज की डेट में सिचुएशन ऐसी है कि बहुत सारे और साइलो सप्लायर्स या कस्टमर्स जिन्होंने और ब्रांड के साइलोस लगाए हैं एंड दे वर वेरी अनहैप्पी और अनसेटिस्फाइड विद द स्वीप ऑगर्स, और साइलोस में उनको बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम झेलनी पड़ रही थी स्वीप ऑगर्स की वजह से। उन्होंने साइलोस लगाए थे कि ऑटोमेटिक हो जाए, लेबर कम लगे, बट वो स्वीप ऑगर्स की वजह से लेबर फिर उतनी लग रही थी। तो आज की डेट में काफ़ी सारी जगह पे मैंने और ब्रांड्स के भी साइलोस में स्वीप ऑगर चेंज किए हैं। जैसे कि कुछ कस्टमर थे जिन्होंने पहले किसी और ब्रांड के साइलोस लगाए और वो स्वीप ऑगर से खुश नहीं थे। जब उन्होंने हमारे से साइलो लगाया, हमारा स्वीप ऑगर देख के वो इतने खुश हुए कि उन्होंने अपने पुराने वाले साइलोस में भी स्वीप ऑगर जो है वो स्पेशली ओबीएल से लगवाए हैं। और ये हमारा पेटेंट डिज़ाइन है, इट इज़ पेटेंटेड अंडर नेम ऑफ आवर चेयरमैन मिस्टर ओस्मान। तो ये थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है हमारा स्वीप ऑगर का एज कम्पेयर टू अदर सप्लायर्स। थैंक यू सर।
सत श्री अकाल सरदार जी महाराज। हम लोग, मैं गुजरात से हूँ, मेरा नाम त्रिलोक अग्रवाल है। पिछले साल ओएमएसएस के अंदर एफसीआई ने साइलो से काफ़ी माल दिया। जो स्टार्टिंग में जो भी माल निकला वो सारा माल एकदम खराब हो चुका था, काला हो चुका था, बदबू मार रहा था। तो उसके कारण फिर कुछ मिलें जो साइलो का प्रोग्राम बना रही थी, जो कुछ लोगों ने लोगों को एडवांस दिया था, वो एडवांस छोड़ के प्रोग्राम कैंसिल किए। तो उसके बारे में आप कुछ प्रकाश डाल सकेंगे कि एफसीआई की क्या गलती थी कि जिसके कारण ये कांड हुआ?
उसके बारे में सर मैं आपको बता देता हूँ। ये जो सिस्टम है ये पूरा का पूरा ऊपर से खराब चलता आ रहा है। एफसीआई की जो साइलोस वाली स्कीम है, पहले तो मैं आपको उसके बारे में बताता हूँ। एफसीआई की जो साइलोस की स्कीम जो साइलोस फैसिलिटीज़ लग रही हैं वो है पीपीपी मॉडल पे, पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप, जिसमें कि एफसीआई टेंडर निकालती है कि मेरे को इस पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन पे इतने टन कैपेसिटी के साइलो स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी बनानी है। इसके ऊपर प्राइवेट कंपनीज बिडिंग करती हैं। इसमें मोस्ट जो बड़े प्लेयर हैं आज की डेट में, जो बिडर्स हैं, उनमें से सबसे पहला नाम है अडानी, सेकंड है लीप एग्री, थर्ड है एनसीएमएल। ये तीन सबसे बड़े प्लेयर हैं जो बिडिंग में आते हैं। तो सबसे पहले जहाँ पे बिडिंग प्रोसेस हो जाता है, स्पेसिफिकेशंस कोई इतनी स्ट्रिक्ट नहीं है, तो सारा का सारा फोकस जो है प्रोजेक्ट की कॉस्ट के ऊपर चला जाता है। बिडिंग में भी जो प्रोसेस है जो एफसीआई का, वो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रोसेस है। ये ऐसा प्रोसेस नहीं है कि मान लो 3 बंदों ने बिड की, जिसका रेट सबसे कम है उसको टेंडर अलॉट हो जाता है। रेट जिसका सबसे कम है उसके बाद रिवर्स ऑक्शन स्टार्ट होती है इस प्रोजेक्ट में। सपोज करो किसी ने रेट डाला 1000, किसी का 1200 है, किसी का 1500 है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि 1000 वाले को टेंडर अलॉट हो जाता है। उसके बाद रिवर्स ऑक्शन स्टार्ट होती है, जो जिसने सबसे कम प्राइस डाला है तो एफसीआई क्या करता है, 1000 से उसकी ऑक्शन स्टार्ट करता है। तो उसके बाद भी जिसने 1200 डाला है वो दोबारा कोशिश करता है मैं 900 पे लेके आऊं, जिसने 1300 डाला है वो कोशिश करता है मैं 850 पे लेके आऊं। प्रोजेक्ट जीतने के चक्कर में सारा का सारा फोकस शुरू हो जाता है कि इसको प्राइस सेंसिटिव प्रोजेक्ट कर लिया जाए। तो वो पहले तो बिडर ही उसको कम प्राइस में लेके आता है। जब बिडर उसको मान लो जीत लेता है, अडानी है या एनसीएमएल है या लीप है, तो मोस्टली ये कॉरपोरेट कंपनीज हैं। इनके मैनेजर फिर रिवर्स कैलकुलेशन करनी स्टार्ट कर देते हैं कि अब प्रोजेक्ट की कॉस्ट कैसे हम कम करें, कैसे हम इसमें वो कॉस्ट कैसे कम होती है, क्वालिटी कॉम्प्रोमाइज से। तो जितने भी, मैं फ्रैंकली बोल रहा हूँ स्टेज पे, एफसीआई के प्रोजेक्ट्स जितने भी लग रहे हैं, ऑल ऑफ दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स आर क्वालिटी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड ऑन टर्म्स ऑफ साइलोस में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है टेम्परेचर मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम। टेम्परेचर मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम्स कंप्रोमाइज्ड है। एफसीआई के 99% प्रोजेक्ट्स में आज की डेट में टेम्परेचर मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम चल ही नहीं रहे हैं। सेकेंडली जो मेजर प्रॉब्लम है क्लीनिंग एफसीआई जो है, जो बिडर है या जो ऑपरेट कर रहा है साइलोस को, एफसीआई की जो स्पेसिफिकेशंस हैं कि डस्ट जो निकालनी है वो बहुत कम है। तो जिसकी वजह से जो टेंडरर होता है या बिडर होता है वो क्या कर रहा है आज की डेट में, जैसे गेहूं अंदर आया साइलो से डालने के से पहले क्लीनिंग किया, जो डस्ट मिलती है उसको वो स्टॉक कर लेता है, ताकि जब वो एफसीआई जब दोबारा माल वापस उठाने आए उसी में डस्ट मिक्स कर देता है वजन पूरा करने के लिए। तो वो बहुत सारे फैक्टर हैं जो इस चीज को खराब कर रहे हैं। थर्डली जो मेजर फैक्टर है वो है इम्प्रॉपर एरिएशन। जैसे मैंने आपको बोला प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट कम करने के लिए फैन छोटे कर दिए जाते हैं, एरिएशन टनल छोटी कर दी जाती हैं, उस वजह से कॉस्ट की तरफ देखते हुए प्रोजेक्ट पूरा कंप्रोमाइज हो जाता है। उसके अलावा सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है साइलोस में, प्रॉब्लम नहीं मैं कहूँगा, साइलोस में एक चीज है कि इसमें कभी भी फर्स्ट इनपुट फर्स्ट आउट नहीं होता, इसमें फर्स्ट इनपुट लास्ट आउट होता है। तो एफसीआई के जो साइलोस है इसमें 3 से 4 साल गेहूं वैसे पड़ा ही रह जाता है अंदर, ना उसको कोई रीसर्कुलेट करता है, ना प्रॉपर फ्यूमिगेशन करता है ड्यू टू कॉस्ट। ये सब कारण है जिसकी वजह से साइलोस जो हैं एफसीआई में अभी तक सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाए। हो सकता है आने वाले टाइम में जब एफसीआई ये चीज को रियलाइज करे तो थोड़ा सा और इम्प्रूवमेंट करने की कोशिश करेगी। एक और चीज है, काफी सारे लोग जब टेंडर कम में बिड करते हैं तो वो अपने पैसे को रिकवरी करने के लिए इसमें मॉइस्चर गेन के लिए पंखे जो हैं, जब बारिश हो रही है या बाहर नमी वाला टाइम है उस टाइम पंखे चलाते हैं ताकि रिकवरी हो जाए पैसों की और ज्यादा। तो ये सब कारण है जिसकी वजह से ये जो आप बात बोल रहे हो कि गुजरात में साइलोस में जो माल खराब हुआ है। बाकी बहुत सारे प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स हैं, जैसे संजय जी बैठे हैं या मेगा स्टार फूड्स है, श्री कैलाश ग्रेन है, पंकज जी, श्री कैलाश ग्रेन पंकज जी जो इंदौर में इनका मिल है, इन्होंने हमारे से 2018 में 4 साइलोस लिए थे एंड दे वर सो हैप्पी विद क्वालिटी। अभी इन्होंने लास्ट ईयर हमारे से 4 साइलो और ऑर्डर किए हैं। तो प्राइवेट जिसने एक बार साइलो लगाया वो तो आगे एक्सपैंड करता ही जा रहा है साइलोस में, क्योंकि इसमें काफी सारा एडवांटेज मिल रहा है। और आने वाला टाइम सर ऐसा है जैसे लेबर की शॉर्टेज हो रही है या एक्सपेंसिव हो रहा है और मिल की कैपेसिटीज इतनी बढ़ती जा रही हैं, साइलो ही एक सोल्यूशन है स्टोरेज के लिए आने वाले टाइम में। बिना साइलो के मिल चलाना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आने वाले टाइम में ऐसा भी टाइम देखने को मिलेगा जिसके पास साइलोस नहीं होंगे, जिसके पास 300 या 500 टन की मिलिंग कैपेसिटी है, स्टॉक में गेहूं भी पड़ा हुआ है, बट 4 दिन या 5 दिन होली आ गई, दिवाली आ गई, लेबर नहीं है वो हौदी में माल काटने के लिए, तो 4-5 दिन प्लांट बंद करना, आप सोचो कितना बड़ा लॉस होगा। तो ये सारे एडवांटेजेस हैं साइलोस की वजह से। थैंक यू।
Yeah, thank you, Gurpreet, for that detailed explanation for that ops part of it. But we'll focus on the innovation part of it, like how we can change the game plans over there. So we started with few questions, so we can just revisit that questions now because of the honorable panel has done the justice on that. So grind quality, like it's the fantastic thing, like where we have started with Professor Zook, like he has started with that, so that's where actually the solutions are there. We can adopt that innovative technologies. Then if you start with the milling quality, it has been on the rolls, on the silos, on the machinery, complete the packing solutions like which has been provided by our esteemed panel members, so that we can really look into that. So there is a solution over there. So the processing quality part of it, so that is a very important thing, like where the resilient strains, the climate changes, those aspects, and also the technologies what we can add there, right, the flour improvers part of it. So what is that actually, whether we can really look together as a group from the FSSI influencing, like how we want to do that part of it. That is one of the aspects where we can really look into that. And apart from that, the nutrition quality is one of the main things that has to be addressed. So that is the one thing like where we can go with fortification, otherwise some kind of a bio-fortified grind. That's one of the challenges that where we can look forward as we move together. The last point was the eating quality. The eating quality is something, it has to be there, because once you are making any products out of that, so who are your partners? Because 10 million metric tons you are putting in the institutional businesses, other things you are doing with the household consumption part of it. What are the different types of products you are making it? So that is one of the things like where you have to make it out, and also the nutritional information part of it, and also as in the social media is really jigs about it, you have to move that actually this is the good for that. So where we can have a certain things, there are certain myths, and that is a fact. That is the only thing where we have to educate the population, and you have to much more we have to aggressively march this. So that is the gist of the session, like what I wanted to mention on this group. So thanks for all my panel members for adding up the knowledge session, and also for a classic question answer sessions which has been cleared, lot of good doubts and it has been put into the right path. So thanks. I hand over to the MC for that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vidyashankar Satyakumar, for being the chair for this fantastic discussion. But before I clap and appreciate the panel and the chair, I would genuinely want, let's give a big round of applause for all the audience who are sitting here. You are the true seeker of knowledge who are sitting here till the end of this day. And on this note, we would like to request Mr. Ajay to please come forward and help us to felicitate the third session. Chair Dr. Vidyashankar Satyakumar, I would invite you to please come forward and receive the honor. Thank you so much. Next, we request Mr. Zeki to please come forward and allow us to extend a sense of gratitude towards. Next in the line, we would like to request Mr. Dhruv Khandelwal to please come forward and receive a memento. Now I request Mr. Sunil Kumar Gupta to please come forward and receive a small token of appreciation for your knowledge sharing session. I invite Mr. Gurpreet Singh to please come forward and allow us to felicitate you for your efforts. I request for a round of applause for Dr. Lutz Popper for his insightful interaction with us. And now I request Mr. Puneet Dhingra to please come forward and receive a token of appreciation from WPPS, the Wheat Product Promotion Society, the CEO Conclave 2025. Now we would like to request Mr. Gaurav Agarwal to please come forward and receive a token of love and appreciation from WPPS CEO Conclave 2025. Thank you so much. I invite the entire panel for a group picture. I request Mr. Ajay also to please join in for the picture. Let's give a final round of applause for this whole day which we have spent together. And I would like to inform all of you all, day 2 would start with Ms. Manisha Gupta's session. She is a phenomenal editor and anchor from CNBC Awaaz. So she would be joining us tomorrow sharp at 9 o'clock. So I request all the learning enthusiasts to please be available in the room by 9 o'clock tomorrow. And we would all be gathering at 7:30 outside in the lawn area where we would be experiencing the award function and the networking dinner of WPPS. That will be followed by the cocktail evening. So you all are invited to join us there. Tomorrow's session would take place in the same hall. Enjoy your evening and hope to see you exactly at 7:30 at the banquet outside. Good luck. See you.